Yeah,
How
your
about now?
volume level's real low.
Really low?
Got to eat the mic.
All right.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Making Turbo Pit Fighter, where we're still knocking our heads together about technical stuff. But we're closing out our lettering. I think we've been lettering for 3 episodes or 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and so I think this is going to be our final run through. So you're going to get a preview of the lettering, and we're going to be checking to see if it's finalized. We might still have one or two changes, or we might still have one or two empty boxes. But let's see what we got. You ready to do this, Kurt?
Hell yeah.
All right. So the first teaser leaves off where Turbo is chucking this canister of like beer or alcohol or something over the bar. And you'll see here these previews are kind of low res because that's all you need in Quark 72 DPI. It might be a little pixelated, but the artwork is going to be much better in real life. And so this is going to be the next 6 page sequence, pages 13 to 18 or 13 to
Yep.
19. Yeah,
Yep. 13, 18.
13 to 18. So, all right, so this canister's coming over the bar, and the guy's just reflexively shooting it. What the hell? No, wait, it's hold fire, hold fire. See, this guy's down on the ground here, clutching his wound, and this guy's a little bit smarter. Now, you might be seeing up close that these things fit perfectly, but when you back away, watch what happens
They
with the
don't.
Quark previews. It just
Oh,
goes
yeah. I
up and
remember that.
down for no particular reason. And anyway, Kurt can move these things around anyway. I'm going to just be giving him the lettering without the art. So here we're saying idiots, exclamation point, dead idiots. So I'm going to
Nice.
change that to a period. So it's a little more deadpan. And we might have a little bit of squeezing to do to get that to fit nicely in that balloon. And I'm assuming you can make all those kind of calls on your end because you know that we want airspace around all the letters, right?
Yeah, I know
Right.
that.
All right. Um, I think I think we need something from trophy. Oh, so here turbo. So this thing explodes and it says a big pacow pacow, and then turbo is moving in the other directions. Um, this actually needs, I think, better off a dash here, a double dash, and a period here. Let's zoom in here and get this right. Look, see how it moves. All right, what am I dealing with here? Idiots, dead idiots. Um, I think I think Trophy needs to say something like "cry for help" because Turbo's saying, "Hang on, Miss High Hiney, here I come," and that seems like it needs to be a response to something.
You talking about third panel?
Mm-hmm.
Where would you put that balloon though?
Right up in the top, we can say she can be saying "help" and all this. There's just dead space here.
Oh, like right in the this right hand corner. Excuse me, left
Up,
hand corner up
up,
here.
yeah, upper left, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you some text, and it should say what? Let me go. Let go of me.
Yeah.
All right.
Unhand me, you brutes. You foul ones.
Let go of me. I think there's a song title in there. Let me free, why don't you, babe? Do you like Kim Wilde?
Hell yeah.
All right, so should
I'm also a big Kylie Minogue fan.
Right. Well, there's a video online of every appearance Kim Wilde made on Top of the Pops, and it spanned like 11 years. It's amazing. But it's just like a short clip of each appearance. Of course, the best one is "You Keep Me Hanging On," but "Kids in America" was her big hit. I'm gonna move this kind of like to the side, right? We should have this more to the side so that there's no mistaking it's her instead of him speaking, and we wouldn't have him speaking. But the exact perfect placement of this will be, I think, balanced halfway between her and the top. Um, all right, so now we're seeing "Hang On, Miss High Hiney." Here we go again. Um, is does that refer to? Does that make sense? Did they do something already? Did Turbo do something already? She tripped the guy before, right? No, not yet. She hasn't done it.
So
So she could say, "Hang on, Miss Heine,
on my way.
I'm on my way," or "I'm on this, I'm coming, hold on, I'm coming."
Up, up, I'm coming. Up. Little PE in there, huh?
So Turbo could just be
Ba-ba-ba.
talking to herself. Here we go again.
Yeah, yeah, because she's just basically watching somebody stop this thing. She crashed. That's trophy crashes. Pit fighter people. She's unhand me, let me down at once. So she said that on the previous page,
Oh,
and
really?
then yep, she does say that
Let me
on
down at
the
once.
previous
So should we
page.
vary what she's saying this
How
time?
about yeah? Are you deaf?
Uh,
Because she's not. You know what? I keep bringing this point up, but she's really not in any kind of threat other than being trophied off, or sold off, as a treasure, as something of value. So the manhandling is going to be softer than some sort of like pillaging the women of a village.
uh, yeah. Well, they want to deliver her to their boss,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Mister
So you
Whatever
don't
that
want to
we.
damage. You don't want to damage the goods.
Right, but what is she saying that's not repetitive? Um, Maybe get a reference into "You don't own me." Let me go. You don't own me.
I like that. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So instead of "let go of me," it'll be "let me go." Yeah. So
No,
I love getting in
just
these
do.
song titles,
Why not
right?
just do you don't own me. You don't
Because
have.
Turbo's responding to "let me go," and there's room. We'll
Yeah,
we'll make it one of those double balloons. We up in the corner here, and "You don't own me" is of course Joan Jett did it after um it was what was her name? Gore, right? Leslie Gore. You don't own me. I'm not just one of you. No, 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 no. All right. I'm experiencing some real problems with the shifting here. We want to make sure that this is all right. So this is up in the corner now, and we'll get the Leslie Gore reference here. Leslie Gore was a pioneering female vocalist in the 1960s, and right, she gets confused a lot with Petula Clark, who had Downtown, but "You Don't Own Me" was really considered
I
a
can hear the song. I can hear the song in my head.
yeah. "You Don't Own Me" was considered a female anthem for against possessive guys at a time when it was pretty normal to just do whatever you wanted to your females. That's why, and so the Runaways did it later with Joan Jett on vocals, I believe. The Cherie Currie was out of the band by then. So, just so you know, I don't know if you want to make a note, but we want to tuck the upper left here, and then have the second part in a separate bubble, so they have like that double bubble, right? Like we've been doing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. Just
Okay,
like the one above it without the jaggedy lines. Yeah, I got you.
right. Not too close. All right, and hang on, Miss Heine. Here we go again. So now we're moving on. All right. So Turbo makes a flying leap and catches the guy's leg and says, "Caught Um, I guess that's the way we spell caught right? We could spell it differently, but caught right? Should we just make it caught
No,
or
I
is
like Kocha
it's funny to have caught when making up
Kocha
new words? Okay, here we have he or
all the
she.
time.
So he's about to say he or she is, but instead he's saying he or she ought. Does that make sense? Everyone's gonna get that, or should I have he or she
Yeah. Yeah.
but put the I in?
Yeah.
Okay. He or she eh. No, but then it looks like I. He or she I.
How about an EH?
He or she No, that's more confusing. How about here goes awk?
You doing awk or ack?
It's awk. Should we do ack? Okay. Ack is better. I like ack.
Yes.
But now we have KKK in there. Well, I'll make it CK. Okay. all these little subliminal things. They have KKK as a hidden message. Um, Here goes Ack. All right, I guess that's the best of the options. Here goes Ack. I'm falling. Oh. Um, that seems kind of weird. It should just say falling, right? Oh. Better yet, right?
Oh, falling.
No, falling O.
I know, I'm just playing.
I'll make the O bigger. I think that's subliminally sensual. Oh. Um. Right, falling. Oh. I don't know. That whole thing is weird. I'm falling. Is it better? I'm falling. It's just at least more clearer. Help. Help, Kurt.
I like the falling.
You like falling?
Yeah, I'm not
How about
not
oh no,
opposed to it.
falling? That would be better, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that. Oh no. Falling.
Falling.
Falling. Yes,
Falling.
I'm falling. I'm in such a musical mood today. Since
Falling.
you know why we're in such a musical mood because
What?
I got a care package from none other than Steve McCardle from
Oh
Vendetta.
yeah, that's right. I got mine. I got mine. I
And
got mine. I
Right.
got
So
mine, man. Look at this. Number 5 Vendetta. And then I got 2 Skullhammer CDs that are going in the car because that's where my CD lives. I got some driving to do on Tuesday, so I'll definitely get through one of these. But Steve McCall, you hear us? Thank you very much, sir. This is some great
I know
stuff.
I wanna send him a thank you, but I can only send him my my 2 7 inches, and I don't even know if he has a record player. Um.
Well, he said he has vinyl
Oh yeah, 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 right.
everything,
He's gotta have a record player.
and
Right.
he works and he draws on a pinball machine. So
Right.
I don't
So,
see him
oh
not.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. There is a vinyl in here. I was I was squeezing it. Holy jeez. Thanks again for having me on the show.
Oh yeah.
I've included my band's first album and the Vendetta trade paperback. Please send me a copy of your band's singles, or if you have them, or any other copies you guys have copies of. I would love to see the copies you did 20 years ago. Keep up the work. All right, so look at this. Bum, bum, bum. Holy
Dude,
macaroon.
that is so cool.
Skullhammer. Who did the art? Did he do the art? It looks like
I don't
freaking
I don't I don't know who
Frazetta
did
or
this.
Bisley or Boris. Look at that.
I wonder if somebody in his band is also an artist. That's a lot of them. I see is
Yeah,
they
there's a logo
reconnect
here.
and they're
Let me,
artists, graphic or otherwise.
it doesn't say. I love this. I love this logo here. I would buy any vinyl that had a logo like that, right?
Oh
Because,
hell yeah!
and then handwritten. Here's a picture of Steve. You know, he's such a rock star on all of his profile pics.
Yeah, he's keeping up the appearance, man.
Yeah, these guys are like they're dressing up. This is the '90s, right? Not the '80s. Oh no,
Close.
2010. Well, this comes
Yeah,
out in 2010, but God only knows when the
they
songs
actually
are
made the
made.
tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're dressing up like Sabbath Priest and Maiden, right? So great stuff. I can't wait. I and then I got a sticker here for Red Bullet Comics
Yeah,
with a
I got 2 of those too.
picture of Vendetta. I love the idea that Vendetta has veins all over his face. Here's a sticker for Red Bullet Comics. This is one of his other characters. That's a good Gil Kane, laying down guy,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fallen guy, and the Vendetta Holy Vindicator trade
Oh yeah,
paperback.
he got you the trade. Good, good, good. He said he was going to do that. So I'm
Right.
telling you, man. I'm telling you, that is one hell of a sit down and read. Don't
Yeah.
underestimate it. Because I read Crowbar. I read Crowbar 9,
Yeah.
and just immediately went straight into the trade. And now I've got Vendetta number 5. So I got to sit down. I think I was supposed to do it last night, but I got sidetracked on something else. So it's going to have to be tonight.
He mentioned he was in a different band, I guess, before Skullhammer, but I don't remember the name of it. I'm sure he mentions it in the thing in the episode, but I don't know if they put anything out. But this is freaking amazing. Look at this. It's like straight out of heavy metal magazine. That is the
Yeah.
swinging halberds and the skull hammer. Pay it in blood. So and I gotta turn my buddy Dank onto this. He's my former guitar player and bass player, and he was in Whiplash. Now he's in a metal band called Fug It, and I just did. Actually, speaking of that, I just did a logo for them. They're making a new T-shirt. So while we're doing a little show and tell here, let me see. No, that's in the other book, but I'll show you the Fug It logo I just did for my buddy's metal band. While we're on show and tell, I just ordered from Amazon, so I just replenished my um, Kuritakis because I don't have one working one left anywhere that I can find. And folks, if you go to Amazon and put in Kuretake, if you're an inker, you might want to check these out. These are stiff brush pens that, I think the longer name is Furigogochi. Kuretake is the model, and the company is Furigogochi. You can see here. And these things are freaking great. The only thing you have to watch out for is if they get too juicy in the tip, sometimes they can splatter. What else do we have for show and tell? I bought these. So look on and drool. A 12 or 10 pack, and these are a brush pen. I used to get these things called Amazon Basics, which was a really good thick brush pen. But look at this tip here, and this is pretty stiff. I tried this out, and I'm loving it. Not for like I would use the Kuritakis for most other stuff, but this is like a really big stroke, and I can't wait to use this as well.
It's
Actually,
permanent. It's permanent ink.
actually, you can get pretty thin on this too. So whenever I order Amazon, I just make sure that I get some supplies because I'm OCD addicted to graphic art supplies. What else do I have here to show? Look at this. I was dumpster diving on the way back from practice a couple weeks or months ago, and I came across a whole bunch of vinyl. And I took I went through it all. I took like maybe like 20 or 30 LPs that I'm still listening to and going through. But there were some books there, like Media is the Massage, and I had Erasmus, The Folly of, what is it? The the good of folly, or the purpose of folly, something like that. It was a book from the 1500s, reprinted in like 1913. Anyway, these look interesting. The Panzer Division, the Mailed Fist, and it's like a picture book with all this war stuff. And I'm thinking maybe I can get some decent references out of this. Although I don't have a lot of room around here, I think I'm just gonna leave this in my classroom for now, and see maybe if I can get some kids to flip through this and learn. Look at this technical illustration.
Oh wow, that's
Looks like
pretty.
Jeff Darrow, something he might do,
Dude,
right?
that is amazing.
I know. So this is Tank Force, Allied armor in World War II.
Oh
And
wow.
these are all put out by Kenneth Maxey. And he's talking about these big battles. Look at this crowd scene. That's great right there, right?
Whew.
All soldiers. I can use that for the RM. This is when I guess the U.S. is invading Libya, and all these great tanks and all this machinery. So, when I look at this, I think of a panel that I can use. This one is Infantry Weapons by John Weeks, Ballantyne's Illustrated History of the Violent Century, weapons book number 25. And they have some great technical illustrations of guns, pistols, long arms. Look, you can see how it works inside. These are technical illustrations of the inner workings of the
Oh my
guns.
gosh, those are great.
Look, here's the Russian troops firing at the enemy below, the Filipino guerrillas. So I've had these for a while. I just finally wanted to show them. Nice stuff, right? It's very inspiring when you're doing action comics, war comics, battles. We're gonna get a little futuristic, but I don't think the designs of guns are going to change very much in the future. It's just going to be what the projectiles are might change. Look at that. That's like a floor-mounted gun from 3 angles. Interesting. Yeah. So, little diversion there. And since we're on this, here is the fuck it. Look, oh, I showed you all this. This is for Alex. This is for, oh no, I think the Fug It logo is going to be in this book here somewhere. Here's a face I drew. No particular character. Just keeping sketching all the time. You know, whenever I'm in a meeting or something, or I think I sketched that when I was listening to R. Crumb. This is a picture of Bianca Marauder that I'm going to post on Instagram. It's pretty detailed.
Yeah, I just put that. That's our title card. The just her eyes and her
Okay.
glasses. So
Oh, just her
that's
eyes
yeah,
close up.
yeah. You had sent that to me last week, and that is a real amazing image. The technique on it, Jake, I really super dig. So
And yeah,
that should be if we so just to jump a little bit, but when we do our teaser uh, number 3/anthology, we're talking. I'm working on something that could be considered my version of a full color cover. You could have your version, but on the back we could have that image would make a really cool back image on the cover. So we'll have two places to put color images, and then also different variant versions
we're gonna have
if we so choose. We're not quite there yet.
yeah we're gonna have those 2 pages in the back for updating the zine descriptions. This was the Fugit logo I made, and I brought it into Photoshop, and then I put like a spray can effect on the letters, and
Oh,
I
okay.
kind of dirtied it up. This is going to be white on black T-shirt, so you got to think of it in reverse. But this was
Nice.
this was basically the design. It's a cool band. They do like a set of heavy metal covers like Slayer and all that kind of and Murphy's Law, but they have some originals too that they're in the studio working on, and that's a really good pal of mine who's like a hardcore guy. I think he's like a patched member of the New York death metal militia, which is not a gang or anything, but it's like a group of guys that go around to shows, and they also promote shows, and of course they all play in bands. All right, so back to it. I like this a lot better. Oh no, falling. I'm gonna hit save before I forget, because now the thing is acting weird, and it might not be letting me save. Hello, what just happened? Are we back? I lost control. Oh, I think maybe this is the problem. Yeah, okay. When you got the tablet, you got to be careful. No, it's not letting me. Let me see if I can close it successfully. Look at this. Everything's going weird. It's going haywire. And let me try disconnecting this. Disconnecting the tablet. The keyboard's not working all of a sudden. I think I hit something. I just want to save my corrections. Hello? Let me try putting the keyboard back. I mean, the stylus back. This is weird because this thing is pretty reliable. Okay, now, oh, it's letting, oh, everything's back. I'm getting the circle, getting the rainbow
We
circle
woke
here.
up. We
Okay,
woke up.
and let's go back to centering this nicely. That background image is a picture of my daughter when she's like 3. Oh no, did I just lose all my, I might have just lost all my changes. Let's see. I hit save it. It looked like it was trying to save it. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 ba. So that was my week. I'm moving again soon, so I got to be packing stuff up. But
It's official. It's been announced.
yeah, gonna be staying in Rockland County, but it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Right during the last week of school, last month of school, gonna be moving, living out of boxes. All right, let's see if we Save the changes. What the hell? No, wait, it's oh shoot, I lost everything. Oh no, this is right. Idiots, dead idiots. Let me go. You don't own me. Good. It's saved. All right. Here goes Ack. Um, maybe this could be clear. This here goes Ack is really bugging me. Maybe he could be saying like,
So one K. You're
what
on
the Ack, or my feet Ack. What do you think? Or
my feet hack.
take her Ack. Look, he's just about to load her onto the truck.
Yeah. I like Taker.
Right. Take her. There's just enough room. Take her Ack, and then she falls. Right. A little bit
Yep.
more, and she would have been on the truck. Let's see. All right. You don't own me. All right. Oh no, falling. Okay. This is pretty basic. I'm just horizontally scaling that a little and stretching it out a little. All right. So she's falling on her butt. Now we have Turbo. The next page. Turbo is on her knees. And here's a good question. The dialogue said, "Who the F is she?" Should we keep that? Because I think
We brought this up last week.
that's the first F bomb in the whole thing. Do we want to?
Well, that doesn't ultimately mean she's going to finish off saying, oh, that's right. It does. It's the whole
So
FUCK man.
I mean, for one thing, it would be better off. Who in the F is she would be better, right? But do we want to have that?
What's the alternative to the entire sentence? Who in the fuck is she?
The alternative,
I
we
mean,
could say
I would go. Who the fuck is she?
you would. What's that?
I would take the N out.
I just put it
I would
in.
never say who. I know, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't say
Well, it's like who in
who the
hell?
fuck. Well,
Who in
that's
the hell is she?
yeah, that would have been that can be a decent replacement.
That's cleaner. Are we going? Are we cleaning ourselves up here? Cleaning up our
Well,
act.
I'm not opposed to f bomb dropping, and I personally always apply it to something like in a punctuation. You know what I mean? It lands sweetly. It's just not being thrown around because you want to be grotesque.
Right. I just want to show that these guys are crude. That's all.
Well, they're living the example. I'm not worried about their language supporting any more of who they are.
Well,
Because I
that's how
think
we.
don't you think people are going to draw a conclusion as we talked about last week, especially on page 15 when she gets the whiplash by that. It goes back to the time when her parents are being mowed down. Also, too, these are the same guys who come in ablazing and start mowing down people at the arena.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Like these aren't cuddly characters. They don't really have any redeeming qualities. Hence, the language can reflect that, but as long as it's punctuating just the scene.
Right. I mean, I think the best dialogue there is who the F is she, or who in the F is she. But do we want to? We have a choice to clean it up. Is this going to be a judgment call for like some parent at a table at a con? for letting their kid see this. Move on. Maybe we move on for
Well, I
something.
no, no, this book is not made for kids. I wouldn't encourage any kid to purchase this. We're not trying to start somebody out in comics with this comic.
No, I know
My
we're
first comic, my first comic was Turbo Pig Fighter teaser number 3. That'll be something to hear when we're in our 80s.
well. That's a good point since it's just a teaser, right? At
Mm-hmm.
this point, we could change it later if we.
Pretty self-contained. Yep, that's exactly where I was going. It's pretty self-contained.
Okay.
We're our own distributors. The people that are getting a hold of this are ones that we're exchanging comics for the indie creator exchange, an interview. You know, I'm not. It's not a hill to die on.
All right, so let's move on. T-Lash, huh? Not enough rifles to go around in this operation. Um, so I guess that's cut and dry, right?
Yeah.
So I think they're out of guns at this point. They're out of ammo. They had limited ammo for this operation. He does have a handgun. I don't know, Charlie. Just who is it? I don't know, Charlie. Just kill her. Um, hold still, bitch. Um, I guess that's where we're at, right?
Yep.
Anti-woman, anti-social mass murderers. And she goes, "Shice, that thing is hot." Is that okay?
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Shice. Love it.
And so he's trying to get a bead on her. He's saying one more second, and I know this is all just going to be hand lettered over, so it's going to change dramatically. Dramatically. I once had a friend. He was a truck driver. He used to say dramatically. Um, then she kicks the guy with the gun, or I don't know. Cripes, that prick almost got a bead on me. And says out loud what we're thinking. I'm going to close up some of these words. So this is really just the final adjustments for the relationship between. You got to watch out. See these. See the T and the A. There's an extra large gap. You got to close up between T's and A's. And just want to make it easy when you're tracing. That prick almost got a beat on me. So she kicks him in the helmet, and it says "watch," and he doesn't say anything like "ugh" there. I guess that's all right. And then she says, "Goddamn lucky that bootleg ammo don't fly too straight."
Bootleg ammo. That's a great phrase.
But that implies that there was a shot fired. You know, I'm not so sure, and we don't have a shot being fired, do we?
Yeah, the last shot fired is wait a second.
No, he's not shoot. He's not. He
Yeah,
almost had a bead on her, but he didn't shoot.
but that's the guy. That's the guy that's behind the Whiplash guy.
Right. He's pointing a gun at her, but he doesn't get a shot off.
Yep.
All right. So I'm just moving this back now. Perfect. I can center this now because I put an invisible space there. So this makes sense. Goddamn lucky that bootleg ammo don't fly too straight. Or maybe she should say that bootleg ammo doesn't fly too straight anyway.
Works too.
All right. Because he didn't get off a shot. Anyway.
Well, that means then the so panel 2 here. What about like doing a small couple of onomatopoeias of like click click? You know, what I mean, like he kind of denotes back to the gun either being jammed or nothing's happening.
Well, he says one more second, and then she kicks him in the head, and she says that prick almost got a beat on me.
And then the ammo is for shit.
Right. Well, it doesn't fly too straight. I don't know what that means. That bootleg ammo don't, or maybe she should say anyway that that bootleg ammo don't fly too straight anyway. But she can't take a chance at close range. Instead, she says, "All right, you cruddy tweaker bastard." And this this is kind of superfluous. Maybe she should be saying, "Good thing he didn't get a shot off." But I can't let him get a shot off at close range. Is what I'd like to say. They don't have enough space. No, now she's punching the guy with the gun. So, I guess he one more second, hold still. Yeah, it would be good if he wrote one more second, hold still or something, right?
Yeah, that or show the guns.
What's that?
That or show the guns malfunctioning, or the ammo.
Yeah, I don't know. Just want to close these panels out. She punches the guy with the lash. She kicks the guy with the lash. Then she punches the guy with the gun. That bootleg ammo don't fly the street anyway. The cheap guns. Something about those cheap guns.
I love the bootleg. I love the bootleg ammo.
Yeah. She says,
that makes so much sense in the future. Is that somebody out there in a militarized way is going to have to manufacture their own ammunition after a point. In other words, you got to keep your brass after you shoot it because you got to repack it and make it.
All right, you cruddy tweaker bastard could be replaced with didn't get a shot off, did you? I'm not giving you time to get a shot off. Let me see. Can't get a shot off. You're not getting a shot off this time. Something like that. No, it doesn't fit so good. What do we say? Bastard. You bastard. Close this up. We have room for another. We have room for something good here. But I don't want a chance, but can't chance letting a shot off. No, that's awful. Can't take any chances. All right, well, let's come back to that. We'll look at it with fresh eyes in a minute. She goes, next panel, we see Trophy Girl is going into the uh, aquifer or the water pipe, sewer pipe or whatever. She'll say, we didn't have to fight. I'm going to close these up together. I just want my 50 C's. I was going to say creds, but it literally doesn't fit in this little balloon. And we could stack this up differently. We didn't have to fight. I'm going to stack this up differently. Or we didn't even have to fight. I just want my 50 C's, but she wants the Trophy Girl. Oh, so when I didn't think about this, but Trophy's, she's not letting on that she wants the Trophy Girl. She just wants her the suitcase with her money.
Yeah, because she didn't win Trophy Girl.
Right. Or how about you didn't have to fight me. All right, let me see. I'm going to squeeze this in. You didn't have to fight with me. This is a squeeze down. We could just make this go a little bit into the next panel. You know how we get those word balloons to like cross the center median?
Yeah.
But is that the best phrase? You didn't have to fight with me. I just want my 50.
You had to fight me.
Yeah, but you didn't have to fight me. Looks like it's sparse. I could do it like this. You didn't have to fight me. Or we didn't even have to fight. It's like we're literally trying to get the words to fit. Oh, what just happened? We didn't even have to fight. I just want my 50 C's. And we'll bring this in. Hello? Yeah. And bring that in. And yeah. And bring this closer to the line. We never even had to fight. We didn't even have to fight. I just want my 50 C's. All right, I guess that suffices. I just want my 50 C's. I wish I could spell out 50, but you'll make this 5 looks so much like an S in this font. So you'll have to fix that, make it more 5-y.
5-y.
Since you tried to put all kinds of bullet holes in me, figure I'll stump. But since you tried to put all kinds of bullet holes in me, that's weird. So since you tried to put me in the ground, since you tried to put me down, since you tried to, she's about to get slashed with the taser lash. Since you tried to put a few bullet holes in me, I figure I'll stomp your mother effing lights out. Well, it doesn't have to be bullet holes. It could be bullets in me. Okay, there's room for this. That kind of fits. But is that the best dialogue? We didn't have to fight, but since you tried to put a few bullets in me, oh, we have room to say bullet holes in me. Figure I'll stomp your motherfucking lights out.
I love it.
And then she does it. Now, this is a tight squeeze. Would she say something motherfucking doesn't fit? Should she say goddamn?
I said, goddamn.
Let's see, God damned. That fits better. Oop, forgot the N. God damned. Figure I'll stomp your goddamn lights out. Alright. See how we gotta change stuff? I thought we were done with all these decisions, but we didn't really go over them all. I'm gonna move this over. Perfect. And I don't see any gaps. Alright, but since you tried to put a few bullet holes in me, figure I'll stomp your goddamn lights out. And that could be a little bit more kicked over. Night, night. Night, night, sweet angel. Now this guy's coming up behind her. And the sound effect is culched. Culched. Hit and save every once in a while. Next. Didn't see this guy coming. Oop, sorry. Okay, now. So this is page 13, 14, 15. 15. Oh, gotcha. And what's the punctuation? There should be dash, dash. Oh, gotcha. Exclamation point.
Yep.
All right, now it says zzz, so he gets turbo square in the back. Knew I had my back turned too long. Oh, remember this came up where like her fucking excuse my French, her shirt is gonna be ripped in the back.
In the back. Yeah.
And we needed to adjust it for every panel. And we made a note about that and we never did. So she doesn't have a shirt change and she should be getting more raggedy as time goes on. So we might have to edit the pencils from here on out until she gets a chance to change her shirt. Knew I had my back turned too long. The other twacker got me square with the taser lash. And period. The other twacker. My dad used to say twacker. I think it's a British thing. Might have been from Clockwork Orange or something. And this can be in a little bit. Charlie, I can't move. I can't feel my legs. So that means she just stomped out his spinal cord. This other guy. The guy that's on the ground complaining. There's room. We should make that more clearer. We should make that clearer. I think, Charlie, my back. I can't move my back.
I don't know. You could just say, Charlie, my back. I can't feel my legs.
Charlie, yeah, but I'm trying to fill some space. My back is broken. No, that was she crushed something. Charlie, she got me good. I can't feel my legs. She crushed my spine. You know, we have realism of dialogue, then we have clarity for the reader. I want the reader to be clear what's happening down here from this word balloon. Charlie, I can't move, I can't feel my back. I can't move my legs. How about that? No.
Can't move my legs. I can't feel my legs.
Charlie, I can't move.
So you're literally trying to make a word count to fit the balloon.
Yes.
That's.
Well, songwriters do that all the
I don't
time.
know. I don't know if I'm gonna agree with you on this.
Well, I know you can tighten up the word balloon if it's too big, or you could expand it.
Yeah. Well, you also have to think you're going to take a pass at my layers in Photoshop with the text over the balloons and all that. So you could even bump up the size of Jarly. Um, there's plenty to be played inside there. I don't know if like rewording for 15 minutes to fit a balloon is
That's what we've been doing.
yeah, but I've been thinking more consciously about like the kineticness of panel to panel. If you just read word balloons and narration, then you know you've got a really good idea of the story and
I don't know.
at least enough consistency. At least enough consistency in it.
There's something zen about using the balloons that were there from 20 years ago.
For
How
you,
about Charlie? Can't feel my legs no more. I can't move. I can't move.
So we've got about 4 people in our YouTube comments.
Yeah, what are they saying?
Well, Barrett, no, Barrett, because I got jumped back and forth, but Barrett said, I think back with the whole bullets thing is we didn't have to spar, so instead of the whole,
Well, spar is like is when you're practicing fighting,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but
Right, but she could say we didn't have to dance, right? I get the vibe. It's like we didn't have to tango, like more
That's
slangy,
exactly what. Yeah.
right? Because fight.
Not so dead on the nose kind of thing.
Well, let's go back and see. We didn't have to have static. We didn't have to. We didn't even have to brawl. We didn't have to. You're right, spot right. It would be nice to have something else in there. We are going to go back one last time because we had that one balloon that we left on the first page, I think. But yeah, let's get through. Let's see if we can get through this. We didn't even have to fight. We didn't even have to thump. We didn't have to brawl. We didn't even have to. Hmm, maybe we should ask ChatGPT another word for fight in slang in the 100 years from now. All right, Charlie, can't feel my legs anymore. I can't move. That I like that. I'm glad we took the time to get this because it fits perfectly, and so my OCD is settling down. All right,
So
pain.
Travis in the comments said I've made big word balloons with only two air quotes and dot 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 in between them. So it is a uh,
It's an art
you know
form.
I was gonna say art form, but I said it's so word balloons in the dialogue narration boxes are so integral to the success uh, of of the comic book page design. Hence the hand lettering part of it for me. Like that's super. It's a deal breaker a lot of times when I'm flipping through a comic, and even the digital font is just it's laying waste to the great art. It really needs to be handled simultaneously, as we are.
I want to say pain shooting across my back, but I think I'm out of room. So I'm hoist on my own method. So I'll just say pain across my back, and now my OCD is telling me I have too much space, too much empty space.
So just to give you a time check, we are at an hour, which is
Oh, come
fine.
on, we got to get through this.
We're, I know, but we don't have an interview today. So the worst
Okay.
case scenario is if we did have a little bit of time left, that we could do a comics that influence episode. But
Pain running across my back, pain shooting across my back, pain spreading across my back. I need a word here. I'll come back to that. Did you get hurt? Did you kill her, Charlie? This has to fit in. Um, Charlie, did you kill her yet? Yeah, this needs to be reduced. And oh wait, it just about fits actually. If I do like this, so he's on the floor paralyzed, but he definitely has a lot to say.
it's a yappy young chap.
Yeah, you get her. Did you kill her, Charlie? I think I was thinking of that scene in Wizards where that guy's like, "Hey Fritz, hey
Oh yeah,
Fritz, Fritz,
yeah,
hey Fritz."
yeah, yeah.
I just
I know
keep thinking the
exactly what
guy's
you're
name,
talking about.
Fritz, Fritz. What happened, Fritz? And then he shoots Fritz.
Yeah.
What'd you do, Fritz? What's the matter? Yeah, they killed Fritz. They killed Fritz. These lousy stinking elves.
Lousy stinking elves.
I never forgot that. So, did you get her? You get her? Did you kill her? So yeah, I'm just tightening this up so that it all fits in with this font. Did you kill her, Jarley? And Jarley's fighting for he's gonna be fighting for his life. Wait, she's racked in pain, so she's just gonna take a quick timeout to have a little flashback.
Yep.
Right. We didn't have to clash? No. Um all right, then so that fits in there. You might have to expand that a little. But it's only the physical kind. I can handle the physical kind. Um, Kurt, you were mentioning the new Superman trailer.
I'm quite impressed. I'll get to the chase. I've watched it a couple of times, and I don't know. It's kind of ringing that Christopher Reeves.
They got a new
He's
guy, right?
yeah. I mean, but the the way it just kind of comes off is not so like herky jerky and huge explosions and mechanic rope. It just and like
Well,
did you ever watch Smallville?
no,
You never watched Smallville?
no. I
I
mean,
can't say that I can't say that I like watched it, but there was a time where it was like between that and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you know, something to watch on cable TV in
Channel
the
Nine.
late
I think it
'90s.
was. Wasn't it Channel Nine? I mean, I thought that was like W. What do they call it? The CW or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, in general, I shy from away from Superman. I think he's the corniest superhero there is because he has so much power, and he could just lift a finger and and like destroy a building. So to me the physics of it never really worked out. but
The
um
physics.
I know he's one of the most popular characters. That I know that Warner, whoever Warner Brothers is nowadays, has to put out a movie every couple of years, to keep him current with the new generation.
That's
Um,
right.
and they've had some success. I think the last one was Man of Steel, right? And I think they had like one success and then one bomb. They had the Batman Superman crossover with that guy, right? Henry
Ben
something,
Affleck. Yeah,
Henry
yeah.
Ca-
Carvel, Cavill.
Cavill, right? Um, but I think he wore out his welcome, right?
I think he wants to go and do other things.
Right. He was in.
I I never heard anything bad said about him. I mean, I know, you know, when it comes down to, you know, being nitpicky on, you know, why something is good or bad when it comes to a comic book movie based on the comic book source material. But I don't know. I don't even know if I didn't
Well,
watch it. I never watched that movie, the one with Affleck and Cavill. I didn't.
oh, yeah, the Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
It was good. It had some good action. Batman kills Superman, or so we think. He's got this like kryptonite spear, and they think Superman's a god, and they shouldn't have the power and all this, and brings up all these interesting questions. It was big budget. It was like good special effects.
I've seen scenes, you know, like people cut out the
Yeah,
scenes
yeah,
from it.
watch it. You. It's not a total waste of time.
Well, the problem is I don't have access to it. I'm not paying Disney or whoever owns, you know, I'm not paying that streaming system
Oh, I'm
service.
surprised that they haven't that hasn't been on like every single channel by now. Like like
But
just what?
I don't even have cable TV.
Yeah, well, I don't pay for cable. Roku is free, and you get all these free
Oh,
channels.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess I could try to find it on Tubi or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I don't know if it's
Maybe,
going to be on Tubi, but it'll be.
maybe I'll
They air it with commercials on like
maybe I'll have it.
TBS.
Maybe I'll have it playing in the background while I'm reading Vendetta.
Right.
I won't feel as bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Question: Is this the first time I have him saying "Hey, two"? There's one under the couch. That's kind of weird because we say two and one. Why are we saying all these numbers? Should we call? Do we haven't called? They haven't when Turbo's young. They haven't referred to each other yet. So we can call them anything we want. That's about 4 to 5 letters. What do the guys on the chat say?
What's it? What? I don't. You're referring to who?
So we're back here with the bloody scene of the parents killed,
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't have
and
that.
he's alerting.
They're not RM, is what you're.
They are RM, yeah.
Oh, oh, okay. What do you refer to? What names of characters?
Yeah, so if you look right here, it says, "Hey, two, there's one under the couch." And
Oh,
I had them going by numbers, but it doesn't work. So Should we
Nah,
say
I'm
like
out of that now.
Alpha, Tango, Echo,
No,
Bravo?
please don't. Don't.
So yeah, what are we gonna call them? And do the guys in the chat have any ideas?
Well, give
um,
'em a second to type something
I'm
in.
gonna I'm gonna write hey XXXXX for now. There's one on the couch, but it's got to be 4 to 5 letters. That's it. Look, we can get
Four
one
letters.
more letter. Yeah. If there's an I in it, it could be 5 letters. We're playing Wordle now. Um, hey Smith, there's one on the couch.
Smith.
No, but you know what I mean.
I
So
know.
then Turbo says my baby sister. That's the one under the couch. Um, moving on for now. So we just went from a flashback. She gets hit in the back. She's feeling all this pain. Then now she remembers the pain. It's only the physical kind. Now she remembers the mental anguish, right? Um, so now the guy's down here looking under the couch with his gun, and Turbo says, "I'd put her there. Told her don't come out no matter what." So I have to make this fit now. So I'm gonna do my little quirk here. Told her don't come out no matter what happens. And we're going to tighten this up. Turbo had a sister. Briefly. All right, just stacking this up. All right, I think I got it to fit pretty nice. It's nice when you have space. And just tightening up the letters. And she's hiding under the couch. How did they see her? How did they find her under the couch, I wonder? Maybe they have like little readers that have like signatures, heat signatures, right?
It's a little advanced.
I think they'll have that by 20. What are we? 2240 ish. Um, should I put the out down here? Should I put the out up there? Yeah, better up here.
So comment name wise, only 3 letters, but bro.
That's a little informal. It's got to be military-ish.
It's gotta be. What's a military bro? What's military bro?
Right. What do
A
they call each other?
captain. Like a captain.
Well, if you're watching us, you can see that we are trying to like embed all these like references to songs and titles and movies and books and characters. You know, like Steely Dan was named after a character in a Hemingway movie. Sorry, book. So, what's a random movie that you? Oh, we did this before. We went on like IMDb, remember? And we
Yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
what All right, let's go to IMDb. This might slow me down, but I'm going to. Oh no, wait! I don't want to open up IMDb on that. Let me open up IMDb and name a great movie. How about The Sword and the Sorcerer? Right? That's a good one, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Um, Sword, and that's how you call. That's what you call it, right? Sword
Yeah.
and so. All right, now I'm gonna look for a character name. Cast. I'm looking for a character name that's 5 letters or left. Lee Horsley, Talon, Kathleen Belair, Princess Alana, Simon McCorkindale, Lord Micah, George Maharis, Count Machelli, Richard Lynch, Titus Cromwell. Oh, I remember that guy. He's the guy with the scar. Richard Mall was in that. You know who Richard Mall was? He was the tall guy in Night Court.
Yeah. He's the demon.
Right. Mall. Richard Mall. No, I'm not finding any. All right, give me another B movie. IMDb cast. Give me a favorite B movie.
Favorite B
What was that
movie?
one? Cherry 2000?
Yeah,
That was a good one, right? I like that
yeah. I'm
movie.
trying to think of one like why not like oh gosh, like the Octagon
Well, too
or
late. I put in
what was
Cherry
the
2000.
one? What was the do a Chuck Norris search?
Glory Hole Clerk, Snappy
Oh man,
Tom, Cherry, Slim, Marty,
Slim.
Randa, Skeet. Ooh, those are some good ones. Which one you want me to put in?
Oh, I was just saying if you did a any of the '80s movies that Chuck Norris was in, because that you want to talk about campy like
Well, I just need
military teams,
some
that type of thing.
some funny names. That's all. I need a title.
Yeah. Octagon.
Octagon.
Well, what was the there was a force, something force he was in. Something
Casey
force.
Dobson is J. And all right. So Gira, J, Stranger, Nicholas, Maggie, Boy, Amy. Those look like pretty cool.
Travis says LT, L capital L dash T for short for lieutenant.
Oh, right. That's a great idea. We could just do the rank.
Yeah.
So we could do like
Thank you,
Sarge.
Travis.
We could just do Sarge or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Sarge. There's one on it. So it's either Sarge, Corporal, I once looked this up. What are some
Delta Force. Delta
rank
Force is the movie, the Chuck Norris movie I was thinking about. So love that movie. Oh man, I love that movie.
Captain? Hey, Cap. Hey. I guess we'll have to do Sarge.
I like LT. I mean, that's 5 letters.
No, but he means LT period, like lieutenant.
No, no, L dash T E E. I love it.
Hey, LT, like that.
L dash. I can't see anything. Huh? No, no, just no. One. It's just an L dash T.
Oh, LT. Well, that's not
Just
long enough.
L. Oh, come on. You said 5 letters, including an I.
Right. Well, this is only 3 letters. It's only a
Oh.
dash and 2 letters. You talking about like that?
No, with E E.
Oh, like that.
Yeah,
Hey, so he's calling him LT for short because
yeah.
he's the lieutenant.
But the way it looks like a name.
Yeah, it was a
I only
nickname.
think. Yeah, I think it's great. Thank you, Travis.
Hey, LT. Right. Well, this is the only time we're ever gonna see them, so it's no big deal.
By
It's
the
not.
way, Jake,
Yeah.
Travis also has coined a new phrase for us. I've been saying hanging out at Jake's house on Sunday. When Travis came in, he signed in as "I made it to comic book church today."
Right. Because it's Sunday.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sure that our pals would love that. I'm sure Matt would love to hear that, right?
Oh yeah.
Matt came. All right, so I I put her. Yeah, we're storming ahead. I put her there. I told her don't come out no matter what happens. Sure enough, almost missed one. So I like that. We just got to fit it on here. the the henchman with the Okay, let's squeeze this in. It's a little bit comma. I think I got a note. I got room for another So right?
Room for another hair.
Sure enough, almost missed one. Uh, my comma is touching my lower line. I think I'm gonna have to do a baseline shift on this comma, believe it or not. Okay, oop, too much. All right. Sure enough, oops. Okay, and I got a double dash, and then I skinny them up. Now we have to move the whole thing over. Oop. Okay. Almost missed one. Exclamation point. We need punctuation for something in between a period and an exclamation point. You know, we don't have a punctuation. Oh, you want to hear a funny one? One of my students is like telling their parents. I got this secondhand from a teacher down the hall, but the student told their parents that good they got a good compliment on their punctuation, and the parent was like, "What are you talking about? Your punctuation is terrible. You don't use commas, capitals, anything." And the kid thought that that meant that you're always on time.
It's awesome.
No,
It's awesome.
I'm
Keep it up,
no, I'm
kid.
always on
Keep it up,
time.
kid. Keep
Yeah,
it up.
because the teacher must have said you're always punctual, and so the kid just
Like,
just mistook that. Isn't that funny?
awesome.
Yeah, that's where education
Something,
is at today, going
something I
downhill.
would. That is something I would say back then.
Right, right. Like I call them Rickisms. They used to call them Yogi Berra-isms, but it's like when worse comes to shove. My friend Rick is always like, when worse comes to shove, and what's the other one? He says he's got a million of them. Some of them are kind of dirty. All right, but they killed her.
Kind of dirty.
But they killed her. Right? Like, do word balloons have periods? Word balloons have periods most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Right, because to me it seems so like deadpan when you have a period, as opposed to three dots. Like I use three dots a lot of the time because it leads you right to the next one. And then she says the RM killed everybody, and Chaka exposed neck. Why is this like that? I have a border on it. Let's get rid of the border. And why is it not? Oh, I know why. Because see where it says exposed neck, Kurt. You're going to be creating that box. I'm going to make this 1.6 instead of 2. I'm going to try to match what we have.
Okay.
You're going to be creating the whole box, so I'm going to give it to you with a border on purpose. Okay. I keep hitting save all the time. Whoa, what just happened?
Well, I do want copies of these pages with the graphic, the page image in there, and then one that's just
Well, the
the.
art is low res, so that's going to be
Okay,
choppy.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's
I
going
just
to be.
need it for reference.
Yeah, no problem. I'll give you both. That's just like a screenshot or whatever. I knew the world was okay. Exposed neck. Why is the period so low? Oop, now it disappeared. Let's see. See what I'm up against with this stupid thing. All right. Text. Run around. 0. Still didn't get it. Um, I'm afraid this isn't going to print. We have to check very carefully that these things all print right. So I might even, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to duplicate this so that the letters are in their own separate box with a none background, and that this has nothing in it because I don't trust this. and there's no runaround. Runaround means one box is moving the other text out of the way from all other boxes. Really good tools. Okay, exposed neck. I'm also going to take the rounded corners off this just because I don't want any hanky panky. And no idea why the period is so low, but there, just baseline shift it. All right. Hopefully I can give this. Hopefully this will print in the box. It would be nice. And I'm gonna make the box smaller, but enough air room around it. So, all right. I knew the world was dead, but I didn't want to die. I knew the world was dying. But I didn't want to die. To die. Okay, now it fits. W's and A's also have to be kerned. Um, and see, I'm gonna here's how I make the call on this. I'm gonna make this a dot dot dot. Why? Because there's space. That's how my warped mind operates. You know, when you're putting in the dialogue for people, you're making decisions, and the decision is yours, good or bad. Playing God, putting words in people's mouths.
Yeah, but the other thing too is like what you're doing, I used to do as well, but it was always for the magazine, the paintball magazine layout. So I always did it because if I can compact things and still make them excellently readable, then the page itself just dynamically generated. So you're just applying the same neuroses to
Neuroses is
comic
right.
book.
You got it. Yeah.
That's for
Well,
sure.
it's just our process. You know, everybody's process
Yeah.
is a result of however it ends up. Like, your training, your preferences, your peccadillos. And whatever. And for me,
Well,
it's
I also just like I said, I
severe
also want
OCD.
to I just want to just bring back up you know the the amount of time we're putting into this, you primarily, is for the best readable, well-made looking comic book that you and I can make. I mean, how many people spend how many people spend too much time on lettering in comic books?
Right, not
How
too
many?
much.
How many people out there?
As opposed to
We'll get
too
it,
little. Yeah.
or not enough. I mean, I keep telling people, look, go back to the episodes, and see just how Jake and I are manipulating. It's almost like I get to ink the letters and then you get to edit them as the writer, in a Marvel method kind of thing, And so the process is still like alive and exciting for the most part, and it's lettering because we just know and understand how well it's integrated into our pages. Because when you look at this page, obviously it's a super dynamic punch. It's fabulous. But then when you then have to read it, which you should for the story, it's very manageable. Oh, look at these two guys put this thing together. Okay, cool. This is laying on the dirt. So on and so forth. I
Um,
think I
yeah,
think you're going to see more and more people put this kind of effort, maybe not as much, but this kind of effort into the craft of making a comic.
well,
And
whenever we do flip throws, I'm just like way too anal with the typography. I mean, I was trained um in typography. In college, I had a professor, and like my dad used to laugh because I brought home um, an assignment one time. This was I was in junior college. I was like an associate's degree in graphics. It was called graphics. It was in CUNY, City University of New York. So I brought home my assignment one day, and it was like a piece of Bristol board with an R on it, and I had to create using drafting tools a giant R, right? And it had to be like a perfectly formed, perfectly shaped Helvetica. So it wasn't even the spacing and everything. It was the just shaping of letters and everything. Um, and he laughed because he was like, "Wow, you're really getting fine tuned there in that course." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess I am." And they used to make you do it over if it was wrong and all that. So I guess I'm just a product of that, that class, that trauma. But getting it right is
Trauma.
in lettering is it's communication. It's very powerful, and it's very expressive, and it I think it's a like I'm trying to make it so that nobody notices the lettering and the words and the word balloons and everything, and in order to do that, it's got to be like as just natural as possible and everything. So
Integrated.
yeah.
I
So
agree.
done. Maybe we went over this last time. Done. Maybe she was the one. Should have seen her squirm. This is and I had to kill to
You
live.
hit save yet?
What's that?
Have you hit save yet?
Yeah, I've been hitting save. I'm getting better here.
All right.
Um, so this is kind of like a turbo tagline. I forget where I used it, but I've been starting to use it. Um, Killing to live. Oh, I think I used it in the turbo index. Um, Turbo pit fighter. Killing to live. Right? Isn't that what I wrote?
I think so. Let me go to the media and bring it up. Here we go. Dun, dun. Go live.
I had to kill to
Killing to
live.
live. Turbo Pit Fighter.
And that I think was an Ozzy song. Killing yourself to live, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm, I might be subliminally referencing an Ozzy song. There's definitely killing yourself to live. I think there was like an autobiographical Ozzy lyrics because he was doing so much drugs.
Sharon.
I love Ozzy.
Sharon.
I love Ozzy so much. All right, what about the syntax here and the punctuation? I, it's dash dash. I had to kill period, and then to live. So I have room here. I'm gonna write kill all over again. Kill to live. That's it. I like that better. And my question to you, fine sir, do I need two dashes there, or should I have three dots, or should I have a period? I think the dashes are good because it's leading you on to the next page.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
Okay, good. So next page. um, and what does it say? And I learned how. This is the origin of Turbo, and I learned how. Why is there so much goddamn runaround in here? There's no runaround in here. Text inset, they call it. Okay, here. Zero. Still. And I learned how, period. Survival. By the way, if anybody is still contemplating how to help, um, we're trying to find maybe another word for fight that's just as short and slangy, streety. We didn't have to fight. We didn't have to punch. We didn't have to. And we're also looking for. We were going to come back to. Where is it? Can't take the chance. All right, so that bootleg ammo don't fly too straight anyway, but can't take the chance on something. Can't take a chance on it. Can't take a chance on it hitting. I don't know. Can't. All right, take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance. We'll come back to that. That's our riddle for the day. How do we say that bootleg ammo doesn't fly straight, but can't take a chance on it connecting, or can't take a chance on catching a bullet, or all right, we did all this. Now we're over here. She crippled me, man. You got to get her for me. She crippled me, man. All right, this ain't fit. So she crippled is one line. Me, man, is another line. So we're gonna have 4 lines here, right? That's what's happening. There, now it all fits. She crippled me, man. You gotta get her. Do it for me. I think I have that. You know what that's from, right?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Do it for Johnny. Remember? It was what's his name? She crippled me. We gotta do it for Johnny. It was
Saturday Night
the
Fever.
no, not that guy. The other guy. For it was the Outsiders. You know, the Outsiders that had like what's his name? Tom Cruise was in it, and Patrick Swayze.
Rumblefish.
No, The Outsiders featuring Tom Cruise, um, Patrick Swayze, Emilio Estevez, Ralph Macchio. It had everybody in it, and the main guy, the tough guy, was the Flamingo Kid. What was his name? Teen Heartthrob. God,
Okay.
I saw him at the record fair all the time. Oh God, I'm gonna have to
Patrick Swayze,
I'm gonna have to
Tom Cruise, C. Thomas Hell, Howe. That's
no
Pony Boy, right?
no
Ralph Macchio, Emilio Estevez,
said that.
um, Donald Sutherland, not Donald, Kiefer Sutherland,
Matt Dillon. It was Matt.
Matt Dillon.
Right. Why don't I? Yeah. You know, Matt Dillon is a record collector. I used to see him at the WFMU record fair, and
Yeah,
so then every following year, I brought a copy of the Flamingo Kid soundtrack to see if I can get him to sign it, and I never
yeah.
saw him again after that.
Hmm.
But
Somebody tipped him off.
I'm sure he would have signed it. I saw him a couple times in New York City. He's definitely a New Yorker. But yeah, Matt Dillon. So he had that great dialogue. You know, there's a lot of great dialogue from The Outsiders. It's a good book for middle school. You know, and my wife used to teach it every year. Um, but you know, there's like Pony Boy and Johnny dies, and then Pony Boy. We got to do it for Johnny. We got to do it for Johnny. You know, I don't know where they got that from. It sounded like some melodramatic mafia movie or something. Anyway, She crippled me, man. You gotta get her. Do it for me. The guy that's crippled, but his mouth is working fine. She crippled me, man. All right. Next. So Turbo is grabbing this guy's arm now and twisting it backwards. Watch. And now she grabs him by the throat. Hunk. And she's saying quick in one panel. Then she's going to say efficient in the next panel. We took out the Lee. And then I can't see, Charlie. Are you killing her? He's so optimistic.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Charlie. All right. Oh no, there's runaround somewhere. I gotta get the runaround Sue. Okay. Got rid of it. Should we take out the R? Should we just say you killing her? I can't see Charlie. You killing her? Or should we put? We got the room for the R. Okay, R. You killing her? All right. Move this in. Remember, when it's the word I, it has the crossbars, and when it's in the middle of a word, you're taking those crossbars out. Every font is different, but this one only has it one way. The commas need these commas need to go a little higher, so I'm gonna do baseline shift on that, but now it's too high, whatever. Are you killing her? Are you lonesome tonight? Okay. And then this just be kicked out a little bit more. This question mark is a little big. And then bring this back. Alright. That's all the time we need to spend on that. Now, next panel. Is it runaround on that? No. So why did this disappear? Quick. Move to top. Is it runaround on this? None. Okay. So bring to front. Still not showing. Corner radius? Text inset? What is it? Why? These little boxes come when the text with this is like a little warning saying your text is not visible. And I'm trusting that when you're in the closest view is when it's most accurate. So but then it moves around because just screen they used to call it mouse droppings when there's like
Oh my
screen artifacts that are not real. Stupid Johnny. Can't see, Charlie. Are you killing her? So she says, merciless. Merciless. And let's horizontally scale that a little bit. Not too much. Yeah, good. There's another thing on Quark. See this? If I pull this and I hold the control key down, you can just horizontally scaling it just by pulling the containing box. Isn't that cool?
Yep.
What was that, Charlie? You dust her yet? She's ripping his throat out, and it's going. He's going harg. What was that, Charlie? You dust her yet? Should we say get her yet, or is dust? People get what I mean by that, right? By dust.
No, I think it's great. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
All right. Except we're not fitting so good here. Let's see if we can make this fit. I mean, he knows it's just a matter of time, right? Um, can this come up? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to really shrink this. It's kind of obvious, though. Let's go back. Charlie, you. All right. We're gonna make this skinny up. Skinny it up. You. What was that, Charlie? You duster yet? Uh, some line spacing. So I did a composition for a turbo cover. It's kind of rough pencils. I think I have it in this sketchbook right here. If I go to the right page, but you want to do your idea is that we're both doing like dueling covers.
Well, I mean, I think this is a part of the conversation we're starting to head towards, which is, this is a teaser. So is the teaser just one object and that's it? Or are we, like we did the last teaser, going to be my version and your version? So, like, I go and print 50 copies, you go and print 50 copies. I have my cover, you have your cover. I have your back cover on mine, and you have my back cover on you. You know what I mean? Like, I do not want to stay pinned down to we're making a comic book. Like, I want to, I really do want to push as much as we can. Um, I hate to use the term collectors, but those people who are really going to want to, be here as they are in the support mechanism, as well as, somebody, saying, "Oh, I'd rather have Jake's cover than Kirk's."
Right. Well, there's nothing wrong with having more pinups done at all. Um, and I like the idea where mine is on the front on mine and yours is on the and yours is on the back, and then vice versa. Um, so yeah, we just got to do the cover. That's all. Yeah, so we could do it that way. In the turbo in teaser number 2, we didn't do that. We have the same art. The only difference is the trimming, right?
Now the print's different. Your version, you printed it like light. I did mine on cream color paper. You did
Right.
yours on white, and
Okay.
you also played with the levels. Here it is. So you also played with the levels. Let me grab
Yeah, but
that.
not good enough.
Yeah, what do
I
you mean?
wanted to
Like
make it
these are
dark.
two these are two definitely different versions of the book, which is awesome. I don't have I'm just saying now we have the opportunity. Like I was just also thinking, you know, maybe Alex Turbin wants to do a cover and print his own. You know what I mean? Because that discussion you've opened up about letting somebody else print and distribute something. So, we have a lot to discuss and make decisions on.
Yeah, do everything. My
Yeah, why
philosophy is
not? Let's do
put
everything.
it out and see.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, it's that's fine. Yeah, so I'll work on my cover and I get. Am I inking my own cover too? I could do that.
Yeah, you're soup the nuts on yours. I'm soup the nuts on mine, man.
Okay.
It's all that it yeah. I think we owe ourselves, one step up. I though, until our pages are completed, we have Ken Landgraf's, which by the way
Oh
are
yeah.
en route. Ken Landgraf's pages are en
I
route
I
to
saw the
me.
pages. Yeah, I saw the
Yep, you
pages.
saw see the pages.
Yeah,
You can
they're really
check the layouts, but the finals are
yeah.
just
Well,
oh my gosh.
we're gonna have to do all the lettering for that.
Yep, that's definitely going to have to happen. And then as soon as we get out of today, we should be done this part because we're already at almost 2 hours, Jake, and you're on page. I believe you only have two more pages to go. Yeah, you
Yeah,
only have two more pages to go. It's kind of a marathon, everybody. Though we're losing people in the YouTube, which is all right. Maybe some people have come back. Nope.
yeah. They're dying of old age.
No, it's just it lettering isn't sexy unless you're in our bubble. I don't even know what the heck you call what it is we're doing, but it's just not sexy. And people, this is one of my biggest pet peeves about mainstream anything is the lack of depth people want to go into. Um, Oh, here's a side. This is probably going to cause offense between the two of us. I don't know. I'm curious. Did you hear Oasis is going to be doing a couple of shows in jolly old England? Maybe going world tour. What's your stance on Oasis?
I never loved them, but I respect them, and they've reinvented themselves a couple of times. They're great musicians, good songwriters. It's like the Who. They were just never my favorite. I only like a couple of songs here and there, and sometimes they get stuck in your head like anything else. But I know they're huge over there in the UK,
Oh yeah,
much
they're
bigger
they're
than.
literally they're literally as big as the Beatles, if not bigger, as rumor has it. So
Well, I don't know about the Beatles. I mean, that's a different
well,
generation. Maybe
yeah.
Nirvana is a better, like as far as popularities. But yeah, you can't argue with success, and you can't begrudge anybody stuff that they like.
Oh no, yeah. I was a big I as a matter of fact I found out last night, and now I'm kind of, if they come here to the states, I might have to go and see them because the one CD I really played to the end. I think they called it Familiar, but it was just the recording of when they took Wembley Stadium for I think 3 or 4 days. They held Wembley Stadium. Um, so that recording is pretty, it's pretty extraordinary, and I think that's pretty much at the end of their run because that's when most of
Live
the band,
Oasis. Yeah,
yeah,
you're
and then
different.
they bust they the two of them just can't stand each other anymore. So
Right, I know they have the famous trogs like breakdown on stage and stuff.
yeah.
All right, so I got a problem here with this balloon. I can't hear anything. Man, say something. Ugh, I hate
Cut
this.
the sum. Put the hyphen in between sum and thing. It has to be at
Oh,
the bottom.
oh, right. But now I have two hyphens in one word balloon. We don't have a hyphen in the whole thing.
It's all right. It's very Marvel.
I can't hear anything, man. Say something. Too many hyphens.
No, it's fine, Jake.
I can't hear you, man. How about if I I can't hear you, man. I can't hear you, thing. Uh, Here, this is better.
Say something.
And now this will fit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There's always a way.
You can take that hyphen out of you.
And we can make
Behind
this
you.
Jarly. Should we say Jarly again, or is it getting too annoying?
I don't know. You can take the hyphen out behind you. There you are. Okay.
I can't hear you, Jarly. Say something. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, so now I just need to kick this over a little bit. I'm going to make these ellipsi a little bit skinnier. And there. And there. Good. All right, next. So now Turbo's gonna end it all. She's hovering above him silently. Are you still there, man? Charlie, man? Are you still there, Jarl? Man, don't leave me like this.
Whoa.
I'm just thinking of all these song lyrics. There's "Don't leave me this way." Remember that one from the '70s?
Uh-huh.
Can't survive, can't stay alive. Don't leave me this way. Are you still there, Jarl? Man, don't leave me like this. Oh, here, I'm gonna move the man to the end. Don't leave me like this, man. Don't worry. And then all black. Comma? No. Don't leave. All right. Simple dimple. Too much word spacing here and here. And now, what did she say? Oops. What did she say? Hit save. See those spiked boots. Um, she said, quick, merciless, efficient. And she doesn't say anything here, but she could have. Maybe we want to have one more word balloon in this big black panel.
No.
No, just leave it blank. Okay.
I love when that happens. It's done so well.
And then transition to her. She's going ung.
Yep.
Okay. She's struggling to lift a manhole cover. Boy, manhole is such a inappropriate term. I don't know how we came up with that one. Let's call it a manhole.
I think men came up with it.
Sure wasn't women? Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Independence at last. This one is this is my freedom. Um this barely fits. I'm going to squeeze this down a little bit. Um and okay. Independence. There shouldn't be a comma there. Independence at last. This is my freedom. Does that make sense? This is what freedom is like.
This is my way out.
Mm, I want to get the word freedom in there somewhere. For once, just to be left alone. To for once to be. There's a lot of words in here that are not fitting. Oh, here we go. For once, I'm gonna have to take out the just. For once to be left alone. Um, Independence at last. Finally, my freedom, maybe. This is like Martin Luther King over here.
I wouldn't go that far.
Um, maybe I swap these two for a better fit. Yeah, this will fit better. Okay. This is the way to. What did you say? This is the way to freedom, right?
This is the way. This is the way out. Because it kind
Well,
of double means. There's a double mean there because you remember she's trying to get out of the whole lifestyle of being a trophy girl for the pit fighters, and she's looking to get physically out and away. Two on the nose.
Yeah, I mean, we all know what she's doing. We just want to know what to say. um, this is the way. I'm close here. This is the way.
This is the way.
Independence at last.
Oh,
Maybe swap that. At last, independence. And at last, my independence. That fits better there. Um. Oh, what just happened? Okay. This. I wanted. I wanted to say like this. This is the way to be. Like, she's just figuring this out. She's kind of stumbling along. This. This is. Wait. Where's the? Oh, how about this? Dot dot dot. Is the way. Yeah, maybe we'll have to just say this is my way out. This is my way out. Bum 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 bum. Okay, that makes sense. This is my way out. Dash dash dot 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 dash dash dash. It's like freaking Morse code over here. Sorry if this is a marathon, but we gotta finish it.
we're staying until we get it done.
Yeah, right here, right now.
The trajectory is definitely 3 hours. So that's what
Well,
I'm predicting.
really. This is my way out.
Because
Well, there's no way
you're
out.
in the zone, Jake. You're in the zone, Jake.
Okay, this is my way out. At last, my independence. And fitting this in. Yeah, copy fitting. It's all we need to do to get this thing. Well, there's another step too we gotta do, right? We gotta see if there's any edits. Kicking this over. For once to be left alone. These letters are 11.26, so I'm just gonna make them 11 and like reduce it by a quarter point. Talk about fine tuning. Okay, kicking that over. For once to be left alone. For once in my life, I have someone to be. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so I don't think I want to see that Superman thing, at least not in the movies. They're pretty risky to put the dog in there, I think. It's Crypto the Wonder Dog.
That was the only thing when I saw that I was like, don't do that, please. But they've got to make it so they get as many people to the theater as possible, and mommy and daddy and dragging two to five kids with them, because the friends want to go too and make it a big event. That's what they're dealing with. They're not dealing with aged out old guys
Right.
like you and I. They're just not doing it anymore. But the trailer itself appealed to me a couple of times as I've seen it because the pacing inside of it didn't nauseate me. It didn't make me feel like I was going to have to close my eyes for a little while to get my bearings back. You know, as most superhero movies of late, have come crashing in on us. So
Well, I haven't followed it that closely, but is this is a new director, right? James Gunn or something? Is that the
I
guy?
have no idea. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
So I think it's a reboot, and they're taking a big risk on somebody new to come along and do Superman, right?
Do them justice.
Mm-hmm. So no longer owned, no longer assaulted, no more pit fighters, no more perverts. Perverts. Should we say that?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit. Um, Maybe we'll move perverts up, and we'll say no pit fighters.
Take out no. Do you really need no longer assaulted? I like just 3 lines, please.
Mm,
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
well, we have no more. No longer
And
owned,
pit
no more.
fighters at the bottom. Like the pit fighters like big at the bottom.
What, move this down? Nah. No.
No.
No longer owned, no more perverts. Pit fighters. Maybe she could just make it a list here. No more perverts, pit fighters, and need another P word. No more perverts, pit fighters, or nightly assaults, or no more trophy girl.
Yeah. I think we. But doesn't that coincide with owned? No longer owned. No more perverts. No more pit fighters. And then just no more dot dot dot. If you've got to go, if you want to just have it that filled.
Um, let's come back to that. I want to write XXX. No more XXX. Oh wow. Okay, bad idea. Okay, so suppose. Oh, this has to say. I suppose. This seems backwards. This area seems pretty lawless. I suppose. Yeah. All right. I think we need this up here, and this is going to have to be a word balloon fix because coming off that last page and all that rant seems like it didn't read so well. Some dot 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 undesirables. I don't think it's gonna fit. So no big deal, but I need you to just make that word balloon fit. I'll tighten this up a little bit. She's gonna run into everything, perverts, all of that. So she's idealistic, optimistic, but she's dreaming, just like Turbo warned her. You know what? I have room for some more words. This area seems desolate, pretty lawless. Desolate. Yeah. Okay. Oops, I put commas in. Dot, dot, dot. And then suppose I might run and. Oh, what is going on? I think I have to put I suppose, because otherwise she's asking somebody to suppose. Or I expect, I imagine, I might run into some undesirables. I might have the wish I wish tonight. All right. Next. This area seems pretty lawless, desolate. I suppose I might run into some undesirables. Period. Whoops. All right. Getting through here. Inhabitants. Who. All right. I think we kind of worked on this last time. Who? Mer. These guys are just literally mumbling. Mumble. Mumble jumble. Guttural. Is this text centered? Yes, it is. Okay. Murburl. It says. Local scroungers. They're harmless, I suppose. I like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we touched on this at the end of the last episode.
Should I say just local scroungers?
No. You're not
It
gonna put.
fits.
Yeah, all right, all right.
She's supposing a lot. Should she imagine? We said suppose up here. I suppose I might run into some undesirables. Just local scroungers, they're harmless, I imagine. I assume. I'm going to put imagine up here. I imagine I might run into some undesirables. And then, no, there's too many I's here. I imagine I. So let's put that back to suppose. I suppose I might run into some undesirables. But then down here, they're harmless. I reckon, I imagine, I assume.
Yeah, I assume.
I would assume. Doesn't fit. Oh, how about I hope?
Yeah, that's even better.
Okay. I'm not taking any crap from these bums. That's kind of like a change in tone.
Attitude, little Miss Attitude.
Gonna. She's not a gonna person. She's a going to person. Take crap from these bums. Okay, that fits. I'm not going to take crap from these bums. Heg. Oh, off me, you filthy vagrant. Now that is quality dialogue. Smick. Herg. That's more of the same. That's what he said last time. He said hug. Oh no, just to be left alone for once. We repeated it. All right, so we have a problem. She said that already. To find my own way. No, this is wrong. That doesn't fit there. She said this already. Oh no. All right, so here's a good opportunity to segue. Turbo's pulling up over her shoulder. So she's going to be like, oh no, who's this? So I want her to be, all right, so I'm going to explain to you, and then maybe we can figure out what the dialogue is. I want her to be vacillating. She's going back and forth. Like she sees with these homeless guys, they're already reaching out to her and trying to grab her butt, right? So she's already rethinking, and then here comes Turbo right in the middle of all this. And she's like going back and forth, but she doesn't want to be with any pit fighters anymore, right? So we need the perfect dialogue, and we don't know what it is because the dialogue I had in here we already used. And these vagrants, like, do they actually speak any words?
I don't think so.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Hey, baby. I don't know what should this is. So one of these is the vagrant. So this we can like gray out because whatever he's saying, it's just kind of like background noise to her, right?
Yeah.
So what should she say? What should he say? Hey, baby.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that deep into thought.
Well, I gotta put something in here. It should just be more nonsense words.
You're talking about this little balloon
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine.
What?
What you have there, baby?
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. All right, so I'll put an extra Y in there. Hey, baby. All right, let me just copy fit that. And I'm going to make the lettering 10 point there just to show that they mean less than everybody else. Hey, baby. Well, now.
How about a hey ya? Put an A at the end of the.
No, hey is when they drag out the hey, that's kind of like.
Yeah, but are they that articulate? Aren't they supposed to be like drunk vagrants?
Yeah. Hey, baby. I have a BEBEH. Right? So it's like slurring. All right. But more importantly, what is she saying? She needs to be questioning her choices. She goes, offer me, you filthy vagrant. Hey, baby, this place is awful. And then, oh no, who's coming up the side?
Yeah.
I just want to be left alone. We didn't say I want to be left alone, right? Anywhere? I think, or did we? When she comes out of the manhole cover, she says, yes, for once to be left alone. She does say that. This isn't turning out really good. This isn't turning out well.
That's good.
What's that?
So that's good.
Something like that.
That direction, yeah.
Yeah. Why am I bold for some reason? Oh, because the O was bold. I think we're gonna have to undo that because they don't print out right. And when we make it into an EPS, it might bite us in the butt. This isn't turning out right. This isn't exactly what I hoped. What I'd hoped for. This isn't the freedom of what I hope. This isn't the idea. What I like the idea of she's questioning her choice already out loud,
Yeah.
but maybe there's better words for that. Well, second edition, I guess. This isn't exactly what I'd hoped it would be. Does exactly fit up there? I could squeeze it in. What I'd hoped it would be. It all fits. But are we better with this isn't exactly what I'd hoped?
Yeah, shorter's always better. My book.
This isn't exactly what I'd hoped for.
4.
Now that's all right. I think this gives the idea. All right, we'll go shorter is better. This isn't exactly what I'd hoped. Or she could say, uh, this isn't exactly what I'd hoped. Is that better? Or so, this isn't exactly what I'd hoped. Or I see, I had her saying before. She's a hummer. This isn't exactly what I'd hoped. And now here comes Turbo. And now who's this? All right, so what is she going to say at the bottom?
Didn't you say something to the extent of and now who's coming up behind her? Who's this?
Right, and now who's this pulling up? Or and now who's this approaching? Approaching? Wait, who's this approaching? That sounds too obvious. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean the other obvious thing is she's not looking over her shoulder. Now I could change that and move her, shift her eyes over, but
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
I mean, do you want to give? I mean, as you said, you're enjoying the fact that she's outwardly questioning her choices. Maybe this is where she's trying to get a ride. The whole ride because we got the cabbie thing coming up, right?
Oh,
So,
well, no,
right?
she gets in the cabbie because she's because she's getting chased.
But wouldn't she doesn't know this is Turbo in an ice cream truck. You know what I mean? So
Right.
why not have her like hope that this is somebody that can just take her away from all of this? Calgon.
um,
Calgon style. Calgon, take me away.
oh, so someone's approaching then. Someone approaching. Dot dot dot. Who could this be? Right. She's hopeful.
Yeah.
Someone
And
up.
do you want me to shift? You want me to shift the eyes?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna shift the eyes here.
Someone approaching. Who could it be? I don't have a lot of space here. Who's this? Who is this? Who's this now? Who is this now? Who now? Who is it now?
Who now?
Who is it now?
Who that?
Stop. Um, who's it now? Who? Maybe who now is better. Now what? We'll do ... question mark. Mm. All right, let's just expand the word balloon. Someone approaching. Who is it now? I mean, I could fit this in myself.
What about someone's approaching?
Someone approaching.
Maybe like hopeful.
Right. Maybe.
Somebody's approaching.
Well,
Maybe a ride out of here. Something like that.
right. Maybe a cab or no, maybe
You want a foreshadowing to. She finally does get a cab and. Cabs.
I know. Well, she knows she doesn't have anything on her. She doesn't have any money. So what is she actually expecting? Like, Mother Teresa?
Yeah.
Um but I see what you're saying where we want like her to like have some like blind optimism.
Yep.
I don't think we could afford it though. And she's probably it's I don't think she could ever expect that in this world. Who now? What could it be now? Who could be next? Um, Now what am I in store for?
Now what?
Right. But what now? How about God? What now? Or what's another expression? Geez. I think this horizontal scaling is all different. Here. Yeah. Here's 100. Oh my God. This is 100. Instead of God, what now? Geez, what now? Christ, what now? What comes now? What's next?
Yeah. I like that a lot.
What's next?
Yep.
Or what is it now?
I like what's next.
Why do you like that? Doesn't seem like.
Two on the nose.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like right. It seems like narration rather than. I think we'll leave it. What now? That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Just
Figured
so
that.
you know, we're at 2.5 hours. Coming at the end of page 17. We still have page 18 to go. So
So we're not gonna
it's
make
going
it.
good. It's
Oh.
going good. Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
like I
Okay.
said, yeah. I mean, we're fine. I mean, this is all we have for today is just this recording. So
Right.
and we've been getting people bouncing in and out of. Let me check the. Yeah, we got two in YouTube right now. Quite a few people have passed through
Pass,
Instagram.
pass through and seeing what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you are. Well, there you are, little honey. Um, Do you want to ride? Should I make it? Do you want or
Nah.
it's wanna? Okay.
Yep.
Do you wanna ride, baby?
Knew you were gonna do.
Do you wanna ride?
Oh boy.
Wanna ride? Do you wanna ride? Okay.
What
Um,
about do you want to ride in my Mercedes boy?
I don't know that one.
Isn't that what you want to ride in my Mercedes boy? What was her name? Not J Lo. Beyonce? Was it Beyonce? Or maybe it was a. Let me see something here.
Is popular culture seeping into your head? There must have been
Well,
some
all we
car
keep doing
window.
is
There must have been
making
some car
everything.
passing by your window.
All the making all the lyric suggestions.
Yeah, well, I love that because it's like some kind of subliminal thing, subliminal references.
Pebbles.
Pebbles. Oh,
Pebbles.
that was the
Do you
artist.
want to ride in my Mercedes?
Okay,
1987. It's called Mercedes Boy.
play
Pebbles.
play a little clip of it.
All right.
Well, so there you are, little.
Dang,
Huh?
I just lost it. Hmm. God damn it. Where did you come
So does that could that read better?
from? Huh?
Well, so there you are, little honey. Do you want to ride?
That's not it. This is it.
Never heard it in my life. I'm surprised that I'm surprised you know that
Why? Why are you surprised that? I was
because
a
it
dance
seems like
club kid, man. I
disposable
used to
R
be
and B.
in and out of dance clubs.
Seems like disposable R&B.
It was right around that. Well, yeah. I mean, I was in high school.
Oh, it's that
Junior
old.
high
Okay.
school. It was 1987.
So I took out do you and it could be you want to ride or do you want to ride and I just took it all out and I just made it want to ride.
I like it. Why
Turbo's
don't you
just
give me a
making
little
her
breath?
play.
Why don't you give me a little breath between those two words?
Yeah, spread it out a little. Well, okay. Little. Well, so there you are, little honey. Wanna ride? Thank you, but I'm not going with you or anyone else. Dot dot dot. Um, thank you for the hand. Thank you for the save. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for what happened for. Oh, how about thank you for before. Hmm. Thank you for
Why do
freeing
you?
me.
Why do you have to make? Why do you have to make reference to that?
Because she's grateful that Turbo rescued her from the kidnapping.
Well, she didn't do it directly. It was way indirectly. Because Turbo was after her cash.
Right. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Should she say thank you, miss?
No. Oh wow. No, wait a second. Maybe a. Wow. Yeah, but you can't get it in there.
I
Right now, that's perfect. That's
You
not
like
going to
that?
fit.
It'll fit.
That's really close. Nah. All right. All right.
Did, do you think she's trying to be respectful? It's sarcastic.
It's too much.
She
I feel like if we
she
establish Miss,
she's
then
not a
you got to
myth.
carry. You got to carry that attitude with it's childlike. It's respecting your elders. I think she's just a little brat.
Right.
Trophy Girl's a little brat. She's not going to ever politely, and I don't think it's there's enough there to make people go, "Oh, she's being a little cocky."
Right.
I don't. It's not. It's there's just nothing living up to it.
Thank you, but no. I'm not going with you or anyone else. She actually believes that for a minute until proven otherwise. Thank you, but no. I'm not going with you or anyone else. Wappy and the chieftain are dead. You've got your prize money. Okay, that fits. That's all good, right? Just a little close. These Y's are a little weird. Period. Um, I need to kick this line over. So that means I have to knock the whole thing over and then put some space here.
Hey, Jake, I got to drop out for a second. I'm gonna get some more water.
Okay. We also wanted to say something besides money. You've got your prize currency. You've got your purse money. Prize money. Yeah, well, we'll just keep it simple. Clarity. No longer. I'm no longer. I'm too sexy for my face. Too sexy. Know where I am. Na, 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 na. I'm no longer anyone's property. I'm emancipated now. And it's about time. It's about time. It's about time we got together. Okay. I'm free. I'm emancipated now. It's about time. Maybe she should say, I'm free. I'm on my own. Look around, little honey. You got no protection. This area ain't even got a name. They'll eat you up here. Hmm. Dot, dot, dot. It's true. It's true. Jump in. I'll at least bring you to Salamanto. So this brings up a question. Okay, a couple of questions. She's got this long rant here. Thank you, but no, I'm not going with you or anyone else. I like that. Yeah, I see. Thank you, but no, I'm not going with you or anyone else. So that's good. But Wappy and the Chieftain, so that's good. Wappy and the Chieftain are dead. You've got your prize money. I guess we'll call it. I guess they're calling it money in the future, right? We peened over that. What else could we call it? uh,
reward.
yeah, you've got your purse money, you got your prize money, whatever. Um, but here, I'm no longer anyone's property. I like that too. But here, I'm emancipated now, and it's about time. I think we could do better than it's about time. I'm emancipated now. What's a feeling that she has that we haven't been able to convey yet through dialogue?
Gonna
I'm
have
on.
to.
What's that?
It's a little too deep right now.
It's a little too deep.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I just also want to remind that and you brought it up too, but this is a teaser version, so we're definitely going to be able to go through when we have the full issue, all pages completed, and be able to make these
Yeah.
evasive changes. So I don't really want to spend the time on something that just might get changed again or ixnayed.
Well,
And just
that's what I'm
sticking.
trying to do. I'm trying to spend the time now so that it's
Well,
once
we
and
still have
done.
pages. We still have pages to go that we have to do the same thing too. And keeping the consistency, I think, is best to be looser now than tighter. That's my concern.
Okay.
And it gives me the feeling of
Yeah, but
reluctance to like dive into it.
when you have a good idea, it just comes. That's why I'm just trying to roll the dice and see if we get a good idea.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But
So
we've been at this for 2 hours and 45 minutes, so it's.
I know. All right. So
I know exactly, but
again, thanks. I'm not associating with pit fighters. I'll be fine. Oh, with any longer. I'll be fine on my own. Okay, so I just need to tighten this up. Um, I'm not associating with pit fighters any longer. I like that word. I'm not associating. I'm not going to get brutally raped anymore.
right.
But all euphemisms, right?
Yep.
Um, should I put but? Again, thanks, but it fit. No, it doesn't really fit. Okay. Dot dot dot. I'm not associating. No, we don't need. We'll just put a little dash in there. Again, thanks. I'm not associating with pit fighters any longer. And I'll be fine on my own. Yeah.
Yep.
So that shows her state of mind. She's just like in denial of the reality. Maybe she doesn't even care, but so then Turbo says, drive. Should she say something like, okay, drive? Hmm, let's drive. Hmm. And then,
But she's talking. She's talking to Gopher.
yeah.
Like,
And we have to identify. So,
drive Gopher.
yeah, drive, drive, gopher. Yep, this is our first time identifying. But she should say, all right then, or it's your funeral, or
Nah, nah.
just
Yeah, drive Gopher. Like fuck you. Like
Right. Well, she's being rejected, but she also wants to. All right. How about okay, drive, gopher? Okay, drive, gopher.
yeah,
And then gopher says, driving, boss.
should be like engage driving.
Well, no, I think Gopher's gonna call her boss, so that's like their keyword for each other that he's responding.
And they have a long relationship because this is the form of transportation Turbo uses.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
and then she's saying, "Screw it, Gopher. She's not the only fish in the sea." And then he goes, Recog drive, no instruction.
Right.
Good. All right. All right. Getting through. Then she sure looks pretty, though. She sure looks delectable. She sure looks.
Now stay with pretty. Stay with pretty. I don't think you need anything.
Beyond.
Turbo's not a deep,
This
straightforward.
the Turbo's not a pretty person. She sure looks. Right. Remember, she sounds like
Cute.
Wolf. What's that?
Cute.
Cuddly, cute. How about doable?
No.
All right. Well, let's leave it for pretty for now.
Okay.
Recog, arbitrary comment, no instruction given.
Right.
Okay, I don't know why these periods are so high up, but I saw somebody posted a Rich Buckler Deathlock panel on Facebook. I'm in some group, and it was hand lettered computer font, and it was so bad. I was like, no, what happened? Somebody traced it or something.
This is the original Deathlock, or somebody did
Yeah,
a reskin.
it was old Deathlock panels they put on there.
Wow.
All right, so this is, what I think. I think we need another word balloon here, where she's going to set this up, because it sounds like too much of a transition. I'll fight for my freedom if I have to. I'm not going to be abused any longer. So I want her to say something like, like she's resolved, like okay then, just something simple like that, or okay, this is it then, you know,
To herself.
yeah, well, out loud, but there's room up above for it, and I think it would be good for clarity, because see right here, she's saying, I'll fight for my freedom if I have to. I'm not going to be abused any longer. She's arming herself with a stick, and she realizes that there's these crusty guys around here. Out here, I'll fight for my freedom out here if I have to. Dot dot dot. I'm not going to be abused any longer. You don't own me. All right. So this is 0. Whoa. Did you see that? And this needs to be closer together, and then horizontally scaled. Come back down. I just want this all to be the same. So I'm going to go to horizontal scale. We'll make this all 100. Oh, actually, it was more like 80 or something. And all the kerning. Yeah, and baseline shift. Okay, good. There is baseline shift here. Why is that? There's just one. Okay. Okay, and so that little panel above, we need to introduce, and so it should just be something real simple, like a little step along panel, like okay, but, or
You're talking about up here. You're talking about this right
no, the previous one. We need to introduce a new one.
here.
Yeah, exactly. No, a little lower, because those, I like the brickwork. We need to make it like where there's nothing happening down on the dirt.
Here. Okay.
Um, it's just like okay then, right? Like she's just
That's
taking
right.
it. Yeah,
Like I said, it's just then it's going to be one of those like, did that work? Once we get it all, we get it all there, then it's all together and stuff, and we get to this point, we're like, yeah, but we might have outgrown that or what have you. So,
yeah,
I watched a cartoonist kayfabe, one of their first videos outside of doing the wizard, and it was Ed and Jim, and Ed was talking about his first real big independent owned comic was WYSIWYG, and he went through, I believe, 3 to 4 different iterations. Like he had made the comic based on the square panel, so he could do a comic book, like a teaser zine type of thing with 4 panels, and then he made a kind of like a floppier, bigger thing on, like, what I mean, like 6, and then so on and so forth, and then he finally got a publisher, and so on. But both him and Jim in a segment, it's almost like I want to cut it out and just like have it out there. But the life of your work is never completed, and it should never feel that way. It should always have that, if you're given the opportunity, or you give yourself the opportunity to edit. It's not correcting. It's not something was wrong. It's way more about improving and really refining. And it's just another thing that I absolutely love about the creative process. I never, the old adage that artwork is never finished. It's just abandoned, is a famous little
yeah,
saying that, and I like that. But there's nothing saying you can't return to it. And there's stuff I have in the basement that never saw the light of day. I think it was like a 10 or 12 page tryout for Green Lantern, and it was just pencil layouts, but I still did them, anticipating I was going to get the work on, I think 14 by 17 Bristol board, or 17 by 14, yeah, 17 by 14 Bristol board. And I was just thinking about, like, wow, I could just go back to those pages, obliterate anything that's really like Green Lantern-ish, and then just kind of
right.
make, because they're just floating around out in space.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
I could turn it into something, so I don't ever look at something as like, oh, that sucked, blah blah blah. The things that I have, like, not really cared for anymore, I went and burned, 7 or 8 years ago at a bonfire. I took like a couple boxes worth of stuff that it just didn't have. I'd been carrying around since college and
Right.
through the '90s, that I ended up burning. But no, I really am in the space constantly of allowing myself to return to it and improve upon it, and that's what our teasers are about. So
Yeah. Good point.
don't feel so um, attached yet. You know.
Right.
And we're coming up. We're 8 minutes to the 3 hour mark, Jake. So we're gonna make it. Woohoo!
All right. Let's see if we can
We
finish
have
this up.
we have people. Yeah, we've got 2 people right now in the YouTube. Thank you if you've come back, or if you're just hitting us up right now. Um, this was the first pass official, where Jake has put in the text that is basically from 1999, that was written and set up in Quark, and
We're
now
there
has
about.
laid it out to then get me these layouts, so then I can do some hand inking, and then I'll scan them and put them over the original pages as they're scanned 8.5 by 11, in that kind of, or yeah, that format. Or no, I'll leave about 11 by 17,
Oh, is this
but
the
there'll be
end?
there'll be layers in a PSD file that Jake can then make other additional edits or changes to.
Okay, I think we got to the end. Is it ends
Woo!
with the Marauders are rushing after her?
Yeah, that's it. It's a
All right.
great cliffhanger. It's a great cliffhanger, and then the cliffhanger from the last one was her tossing that canister of Sky Bong
Right.
at the so no, I'm just happy we made it in 3 hours. I feel real good about it. I don't really have anything else to say. We had no interview today, but next week we will have an interview. But yeah, no, I'm good, Jake.
How about taking a slug? There we go. See, if you just patient enough, it'll come to you.
Right. All right. Well, let's let these people go. We could still after show ourselves. Any other little
All right.
knickknacks.
Yes. So
Take us out.
next step is we have to make the EPS files, and I got to make sure double check everything converts over font wise because there's still some bolds in there which might not convert right. Um, Folks, thanks for watching. This slow drip torture, but if you if you come back next week, we should be back to normal. With this, lettering stuff will be in the past, and then we're going to be talking more about the Ken Landgraf next week.
Yes.
It's going to be very exciting. Hellclaw, Chromita, Esoterra, the Casualties, Charvel, the Marauders. Oh, look at that! You got pictures of it.
I got these are the layouts.
No,
These
those
are
are
just the layouts.
yeah.
And
No,
the
it's all
originals, the
finished now.
originals are heading my way. Tuesday, I'm supposed to have them. I'll be sitting on my front porch.
Right, it's all finished up now. It's all pro. So we have that to look forward to next time, and these and other in-depth conversations. But check out our other channels. We have the Comics That Influence, where we do flip throughs. Check out our indie creator interviews, and see you right back here next Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern.
See you next Sunday, Jake.
Cheerio.